Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Stars everywhere, and of course on the court, especially with Luka and LeBron in the city. And more importantly, the Knicks are back on a roll. Make it 6 wins in a row for New York. Those 4 straight losses? Yeah, I don't remember that. I got to be honest. I don't remember that. Did that happen, Jonathan Macri, Dean of Knicks Film School? Did they actually lose 4 in a row at one point?
I think it's a figment of our imagination at this point. This team has been, as only they can be, the ultimate roller coaster ride this season. And they're on and up right now, so that's for the best.
It's a big night. Big night for the NBA on NBC. Big night for the Knicks at the Garden with the Lakers. So we wanted to have you in here to break it all down. So thanks for being here. Let's start with the stars.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you have that atmosphere. You have the Lakers there. And I know the Lakers aren't the Lakers necessarily the way you'd envision them, but it's LeBron, it's Luka.
Yep.
There's a buzz at the Garden.
It's nothing like it when LeBron James comes to town. I mean, he has seemingly taking special delight in torturing
he loves it.
This fan base for the better part of 20 years. And look, he's the second or third or first greatest player of all time, wherever you have him. And I think those guys throughout history have always had special performances at Madison Square Garden. Right. The fact that this could potentially have been maybe his last one.
A lot of buzz about that.
We'll see. But, you know, he had it going. He had that one dunk early in the third quarter, got Reggie out of his chair.
Yeah.
Was certainly memorable. But, you know, as you alluded to, he does not have the team around him right now. So for as great as he did individually in this game at a few different moments, the Knicks, frankly, right now are just a better squad.
No, 112-100. The Knicks win this one. LeBron had 22 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. You know, he's LeBron still, even though he's 41 going
41,
42.
incredible.
I mean, I go back to him. Like I covered him when he was in high school. I remember talking to LeBron before the Cavs drafted him and debuted him, and he was talking about draft day at the Garden, and he asked me, have you ever been to Madison Square Garden? Like, eyes wide. And I guess I knew back then, like, he was going to start putting it on the Knicks and playing his best basketball at the Garden. But I'm dating myself. Like, I feel old.
Well,
old
imagine how a guy like Mohamed Diawara felt tonight. Mohamed Diawara, I don't think, was born when LeBron James played his first game.
It is amazing that he still plays at this level, too.
Look, he's a special talent. He's a special player, as much as I would have loved over the years to maybe get a few more wins against the guy. You can't fault everything he's meant to the sport. And look, career's not done yet.
No.
You know, but for right now, he's on the Lakers. And, you know, again, unfortunately, they don't quite have the team, but we'll see.
It was a year ago to the day.
Yeah.
The Lakers' last trip to the Garden.
Everything changed.
Everything changed with that blockbuster for Luka. I was thinking about that, watching him shoot pregame warm-ups on the floor tonight, and I swear he bricked like 9 out of 10. And I turned to my photographer, Jimmy Roberts. I said, Luka doesn't look like it. Well, you know, 30 points. He went off.
Well, look, Luka's always going to have moments because he's Luka Doncic, and he has endless range. I will give the Knicks a lot of credit, though, and I think, you know, the much ballyhooed wing stop that was put together with Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and, of course, OG Anunoby. They have not been very wing-stoppy for much of this season, but they were tonight.
Yeah.
And, you know, OG Anunoby, I know we're going to talk about, he was the star of this game in a lot of ways, but give credit to Josh Hart, too, because he was the one who had the Luka assignment and I think did okay in spots as well.
Yeah, and you could see when Hart was out, that was a real big part of all the problems that the Knicks had defensively. But since Mike Brown has essentially challenged his team to play better defense, they have.
It's accountability, you know, and I think with this Knicks squad, we know how they were built. They were built to score a lot of points and then defend well enough. But I think you can get kind of lulled into a sense of comfort that, oh, don't worry, our offense is going to be there to bail us out. What's been so great about this win streak, which is now up to 6 games in a row, is that there are times like tonight where Jalen Brunson didn't have it, where their offense was not up to par and their defense just carried them over stretches. I thought they did a phenomenal job, especially in the second half of this game. I think my colleague DJ Zulo tweeted this out earlier tonight. Their defensive rating in the second halves of this 6-game win streak was about 96. For point of comparison, it's about 10 points better than the league-leading Thunder. So
that's where that buy-in to Mike Brown and what he was asking for.
Absolutely.
happen. But it starts with OG Anunoby. Really, all these little things that he does night in and night out. I wonder if we appreciate it even, really.
Well, I think when he's going like now, he is. I think it's hard not to. I mean, you see here going for a couple of breakaway dunks in this game. When OG Anunoby is feeling good offensively, which he is right now, the threes are falling. Yep. Obviously their best offensive player tonight. I think that translates to his defense. I think you see him getting into, obviously, passing lanes, but also he is one of the very few defenders in the NBA right now that if you put him one-on-one on an assignment and you have, a pick-and-roll partner on the defensive end like they do in Mitchell Robinson, you could really shut down another team's best attack, and they did a great job of that, I thought, tonight.
And to your point, on a night when Jalen Brunson doesn't have it shooting, Brunson had, 12 points, 4 of 15 from the field.
But 13 assists.
13 assists.
Yeah.
He gets it done other ways because he has the depth around him.
And I think that's the formula. Jalen Brunson is always going to be their leading guy. Close games, he's going to have the ball in his hands down the stretch. But as LeBron James has showed many times, one guy cannot do it all. And the guy who I really want to highlight tonight is Landry Shamet. So out for really close to 2 months with a shoulder injury, fought really hard to make his way back. Yeah. He has been, I would say, the unsung hero of this Knicks season. He was almost their leading scorer ahead of OG Anunoby tonight. Movement threes, something that they really lost when they traded away Dante Vincenzo. Landry Shamet gives them that, and that is a vital part of this offense when it's going well.
And you can see the trust in him, too.
Yes.
Jalen feeds him the ball. The rest of his teammates feed him the ball. Like, they trust Landry's going to knock that down if he's open.
Well, they trust that, and they also trust him on the defensive end. And, it's not a coincidence that Mike Brown continues to go to Landry Shamet early and often in these games.
So we have this depth here with the Knicks. We also have the trade deadline coming up this week.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of rumors floating out there. Karl Anthony Towns is an all-star reserve. He keeps playing well.
Yep.
In spots, right?
In spots.
But it's not necessarily, I think, what everyone had envisioned it would be at this point, and that's maybe why he's ending up in these trade rumors. I don't know if the Knicks are going to be able to pull off a trade for Giannis. But it's going to have to involve Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, it is, and that's as much having to do with his salary as anything else. Right. But if you just, kind of take a 10,000-foot view, it's going to be very hard for the Knicks to pull off any kind of a trade in season. So if this thing lasts till the summer, we'll see what happens. Maybe better chance then. But just where Cat is concerned, I almost wonder if the down year he has had stems from the fact that he was involved in these trade rumors over the summer.
I think it got to him. I mean, I think, and how could it not?
He's human. He's human, and
he's also a professional, though, and you got to. That's part of what comes with the territory.
He is, but I think you've seen Towns over the course of his career. He needs to feel comfortable both on and off the court to maximize his abilities. I mean, you're seeing him even tonight miss, close-range shots that he never misses. I wonder if after the trade deadline passes, and I think he's still going to be here, is there going to be an increased comfort level, and we will see the version of Karl Anthony Towns that I think we got a lot more of last year.
Still putting up numbers. I mean, 11 points, 13 rebounds tonight.
He's an automatic double-double.
He's an automatic double-double.
Yeah.
And, you don't just throw that away, right? And you almost don't want to disrupt the bench you have, the depth you have with a massive trade. Because it would take losing some of those pieces. They don't have the draft picks to pull it off.
They don't have the draft picks, so you're talking about whether it's, obviously it's going to be a Towns going out, but is there also a Mikal Bridges going out? Is there an OG Anunoby going out? Is there a Deuce McBride, who I know is hurt right now, but has been a massive part of the Knicks team? Would he have to go out in some sort of a trade? So before you know it, you're losing essentially half of your rotation to bring in one guy who, obviously Giannis is a great player, but he's hurt right now. For one, and two, maybe he's not always the easiest fit because you got to surround him with certain things like a shooting five. Would that be a necessity? They don't have that other than Towns. So lots of considerations right now.
Do you think they don't make a trade for Giannis, right? Everything stays status quo. Is this Knicks team good enough to get past where they were last year?
Well, you're talking about making the finals, and I think they came into the league into the East this year as the favorite. Detroit has had a fantastic year. They just continue to win games. I would still put the Knicks as the favorite only because I think we have seen when they hit their ceiling, There is not another team in the Eastern Conference right now that can reach that level. The problem with them, and it's been a year and a half now, has been consistency. Which version of the Knicks are we going to see on any given night? Lately, it's been very good. If they could keep up something close to this level of play between now and the beginning of April or middle of April, I think they should be considered the favorites, and they would be my pick to make it out of the conference.
6 wins in a row, 112-100 over the Lakers tonight at the Garden. Can't argue with those numbers, right?
No, look, again, you beat LeBron, you beat the Lakers. Old heads will always appreciate beating the purple and gold.
Always.
Yeah.
Jonathan Macri from Knicks Film School. Thanks so much for swinging by.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me. Okay, that's Jonathan Macri, Dean of the Knicks Film School. You can catch him on SNY and the NBA Takedown Pod. Coming up next, we're less than a week away from Super Bowl 60. Antoine Staley joins me to preview the big game, and we're going to talk a little Jets, too. They factor into this. We know Seahawks-Pats, that's not the best game for Jets fans. Yeah. But first, it's time for the Spectrum Speedy Connection of the Week, and Thursday night at MSG. This goal by 18-year-old Matthew Schaefer helped the Islanders sweep the season series with Rangers. I mean, how good is this kid? He's incredible. This is the first time the Isles have done that, sweeping the season series since 2018 from the Blue Shirts. Outscored them 14-3 in this in-season sweep. The Speedy Connection, presented by Spectrum. It's internet, mobile, and streaming TV, all from one place. It's only everything.